Hey everybody, this is your leadership coach Glassstein with another message that could take your leadership to the next level. In this video, we're going to be talking about 7 things or mindset shifts that you need to be aware of as a new manager. I'll see you in a sec. Hey, I just want to give a quick shout out to all my subscribers who are part of this leadership team. Please give this video a thumbs up. And for those of you who are new to this channel, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button and don't forget that notification bell because I drop a video like this every week and I don't want you to miss out. All right, let's get in. Congratulations, you're the new boss. Now what? You see, I believe that there are 7 things that you have to understand as a new leader in order to be successful in your new position. And here's number 1. Number 1, I want you to understand that you have to feel the fear and do it anyway. Yes, feel the fear and do it anyway. Everyone gets scared on their new assignment, and you will not be any different. I mean, you see how leaders are always seem very poised and calm when they get in situations or when they're speaking to the team and everything. That takes practice, and you as an aspiring leader have not had that much practice. But let me tell you a little secret. As leaders, I've been in the game for like 15 years. As a leader, I always get nervous when I get in front of the group. I always get nervous when I have to do a presentation. I always get nervous when I have to lead a new team because I don't know what people are thinking, if they're going to like me, if they're not going to like me. But I can't concern myself with that. But what I can control is the way I prepare for that event. The night before, I will be preparing my talk or my story that I want to convey to my team to let them get to know me. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. And I will prepare myself. I will just think good thoughts while I'm up there or when I'm in front of my audience. I mean, I will do everything there is to do to prepare to be in front of my team. So understand that you are going to be afraid. It's okay. It's okay that you're scared. It's okay that you're nervous. Susan Jeffers has a wonderful quote that says, "The only way to get rid of the fear of doing something is to go out and do it." Now let's get to number 2. Okay, here's the second mindset shift that you need to have as a new manager. Remember this, style is king. What do I mean by style is king? Your style, the way you dress as a manager, is so important. It has an impact. Whether you want to acknowledge that or not, the fact is that it impacts your team and it impacts your upper tier, your leadership. Because it kind of gives people permission to treat you like a leader when you're dressed like one. Let me give you an example, a story, something that happened to me that really made me understand this concept of style is king. So years ago, my manager and I, we went to California to meet a colonel, right? And when we got to California, his luggage got lost somehow. So we were hoping we went on a Sunday, so we were hoping by Sunday night or Monday morning that he would get his luggage back. Unfortunately, he didn't. So he had to go on base with the polo shirt and the jeans that he had on the flight. So we go to meet the colonel, and we meet the colonel's admin, and she seated us, and we were waiting for the colonel. After like 5 or 10 minutes, there she was, the colonel came out and greeted us. And she stretched out a hand to me and was like, "Hey, very nice to meet you, Mr. Peterson." Out, and so I kind of chuckled a little bit, and my manager kind of chuckled as well. And I said, "It's very nice to meet you also, ma'am, but he's he's Mr. Peterson." And she kind of blushed, but it was funny because she came to me thinking that I was the manager. The reason why was because of the way I was dressed. I gave her permission to treat me as a leader, to treat me as with that type of respect and that acknowledgement. That she didn't shake his hand first; she went to me first. So you want to give your team and your managing in your leadership permission to give you that respect, to acknowledge you as a leader, and plus it builds confidence. All right, the third mindset shift that you need to have as a new manager is this: CPS. CPS, Chief Problem Solver. You are no longer the person that brings the problem. You are the person that solves them. You are the leader. And one of the things as leaders that we need to understand is this: that the problems that you solve equates to the value that you bring to the team. Let me say that again. The problems that you solve equates to the value that you bring to the team and your organizations. So the more problems you solve, the more valuable you are to your team and to your organization. So don't be afraid of problems. Don't look the other way when you see problems coming. Or, because when you were a follower, when you were a part of your employee group, you saw some problems in that organization that you were saying to yourself, I would like to do something about that, but I'm not in the position to do something about it. And now you are. Now you are the leader. The more problems you solve, the more valuable you're going to be. So tackle those problems that you saw when you was an employee. Hash them back up and figure them out. Figure out a solution. Get into get with your team and talk about those problems and come up with some solutions. And the more you talk to your team about these problems and coming up with having those brainstorming sessions, the more your team will value you as someone that is not afraid to tackle hard things. And you must have that courageous type of aspect about you as a leader, especially as a new leader, because people are still trying to figure you out. The other thing is this: when people bring problems to you, don't jump, don't get scared, don't react. Stay calm, understand that it's just the problem. The problem is outside of you. No one is trying to hurt you inside of you. You're good. So listen, learn to be calm and learn to gracefully accept the problem. And also encourage your team to bring problems to your attention. Because if you don't understand what the problems are, you won't be a successful leader. You won't be as valuable. Things are going to blindside you, and you're going to be the one that's responsible for letting this problem flare up and cost the company millions of dollars. So you always want to be the chief problem solver. You always want to be that person that's looking at a problem and that's always thinking about solutions and that's always brainstorming with his team or her team to solve problems. Be a problem solver. All right. The fourth mindset shift that you need to have, you need to be kissing babies. Yes, I said it right. You need to be kissing babies. You need to be a politician. You need to be building relationship with your teammates. I mean, now you're the new manager, and one of the things that you have to make sure that you set right is how people engage with you, especially those that you used to be buddy buddy with. You need to have conversations with these people. You need to talk to them and tell them and set expectations. Yeah, we were cool when I was, sitting in the next cube, but right now we're going to change the dynamics of the relationship a little bit because I'm the manager. I'm the leader right now. And when we're at work, we're going to talk about work. We're going to keep it professional. It doesn't mean that you have to destroy the friendship. No, by no means don't do that. It just means that the friendship has taken a different dynamic of that friendship. Now that friendship type of buddy buddy stuff, that stuff is for happy hour, for outside the office. But while we're in the office, we're talking about work. We're keeping it professional, especially with those people that you used to be buddy buddy with. And for those that you don't know well, you're going to go out of your way to get to know them. You're going to have lunch sessions with them. You're going to talk to them or find out about their family, find out if they have a dog, find out if they're okay at home. You're going to build that professional relationship. Now, there's a kind of line that you might not want to cross. You don't want to come across too friendly, but you want to come across as a person that is concerned, as a leader that is concerned about your team. You want to know these people. You want to call them if they get sick. You want to show that you care. You want to develop that professional relationship, but you also want people to know that you're there for them. You're there for them, and you can be friendly. You can be friendly. You can be, you can put your hair down sometimes and, kind of have some fun. You want to be that type of leader, that people, you want to be very approachable, right? But at work, keep 90% of the time, keep work at work and stay focused on talking. Let the conversation stay focused on work. Okay? Okay, the fifth mindset shift as a new manager is this: your story. People want to know your story. Who are you? Where did you come from? We want to know who you are. If we're working for you, we want to know who we're working for. We want to understand your values. We want to understand your goals. We want to understand your vision for this team. We want to understand your vision for the organization, because we want to know if that vision and your values, does it align with our vision for ourselves, and does it align with our values? Some leaders get taken aback when they first come on board and their teammates start asking them certain questions. Don't get offended by that. Don't see that as a threat. See that as a way that people are trying to get to know you. Tell them your story. Tell them about your dog at home. Tell them about your beautiful wife or your handsome husband. Tell them, talk to them. Be open, be vulnerable. Learn to be very vulnerable. Learn to just let people in. As a new leader, sometimes we get so stuck up in ourselves that we're trying to be this leader, and we want people to respect us. So we gotta We got to show them this persona. No, relax and just lead. Okay, number 6, mindset shift for new managers is this. Learn about different generations. Learn to lead different generations. It's not a cookie cutter thing. You can't lead the baby boomers like you lead Generation X. You can't lead Generation X like you lead Generation Y. You can't lead Generation Y like you lead Generation Z. It doesn't work like that. You have to learn about each generation. What do they value? What type of leadership do they want? I know it's kind of like, well, I'm the leader and I should, I dictate, how I run this ship. Yes and no. No. As a leader, you work for your team. And I want you to get that in your mindset. As a leader, you work for your team. Your team works for you, but I want you to have that mindset where in your mind, you're there to serve. And you have to learn how to serve baby boomers. Like, for instance, baby boomers don't like to be micromanaged. You give them an assignment and they will get it done. You have a suspense date, an end date for that assignment, they'll get it done. You don't need to keep asking them, or seem like you're over their shoulders. They don't like that. So you have to know that generation in order to understand that. Like Generation X. Generation X, I'm a part of Generation X. We like a bit more structure to things, and sometimes it's difficult for us to work with other generations that appears to be not as structured as we are. We like that structure. We like that order. So as a new leader, you're going to have to bring that to the table. You're going to have to bring some of that structure to the table to satisfy us. Now, Generation Y, millennials, you have to understand that they have a lot of heart. They have a lot of passion, and they're one of the most passionate generations that I have the privilege of leading and working with. And the one of the things about them is that they need to know that their values and their work, it kind of matches. And so you really have to help them to understand how this work that they're doing aligns with their values. So my point is this: understand your people. You have different personalities, but right now we're just talking about generations. Understand the generations that you're leading. Okay? Okay, cool. Number 7 and last one. Mindset shift for new managers. Learn, 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 learn. Hey, personal development is key to your success, because your team can't grow unless you are constantly growing. If you ever read John Maxwell book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, I got the link in the description for you if you want to get that book. And I suggest that anyone, if you're a new leader and you need principles that are solid and proven true, read that book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. The link is in the description. Go ahead and click that link and get that book, and please comment below and let me know if you've read it and what were some of your takeaways from that book. I would love to hear them. You have to go to seminars. You have to keep your mind open and expand and grow as a leader. You have to be at the feet of someone that has led I have led people. Have, you know, one of the things that I like being around, you know, CEOs, and I had the privilege of being, you know, part of organizations with you know, the CEOs were on the board, and I had a, you know, opportunities to talk to them and to share some of my mistakes so they can help me grow. And don't be afraid to share your mistakes with your mentors. And have a mixture of mentors. I mean, don't just have. I mean, if you're a guy, I know you're more comfortable. You're probably more comfortable with other guys, but everything. But I'm gonna tell you, women, they bring a lot. I think, in my opinion, more than men to the table. I mean, I have more women mentors than I have men mentors, because women, they bring that sense of inclusion into leadership. I'm not saying that men don't, but I just found that to be true because I'm a mama's boy, and the first leader that I ever had the privilege of being under her leadership was my mama. And her leadership has made me who I am today. So have some diversity in when you're choosing mentors and everything, because you can learn a lot from different people, from different cultures, from different genders. So the other thing, go to seminars. Go to seminars. Whatever they, or the small ones. You don't have to be paying the $5, $10, $15,000 seminar if you're not ready for that yet. But go to the small seminars, those at the Chamber of Commerce, those at, you know, the YMCA, wherever they're talking about leadership, go. YouTube is it's YouTube University, they call it. Go to YouTube University, click on, you know what? I'll do a video in some of the leaders that I follow on YouTube, and you might be surprised who they are. But go to YouTube, find some leaders, and if you're on this channel, continue watching this channel. Watch all the videos, take notes on the videos, comment below, ask me any questions that you may have, and let me support you, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to support you. I have over 15 years with the federal government. Even though I'm on the corporate side of things, my clients are the federal government. So I have a lot to offer you. So just comment below, ask, but use YouTube. Use those resources that you have. You have YouTube, you have books, you have LinkedIn, you have Facebook. Follow leaders and learn from them. Follow what's going on in the current events and see who's leading, what they're doing right, and what they're doing wrong. Not to criticize them, but to understand how you would have done it differently. And just because that's what I do. I will look at situations. If someone did a good job, like turn a company around that was on the verge of bankruptcy, you know, I'm reading all about this person because I want to understand that person's mindset and how did they shift that company from bankruptcy to being profitable. And or if I see a leader that's not doing it right, or not doing it right in my opinion, I would, take note of that and kind of think to myself, how would I do that differently? And talk to my mentors about that. So you always want to be constantly learning. So there you have it. Those are my 7 tips for new managers. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Share this video with your friends and family. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.